but I'm only going to talk for about probably 5 minutes because I've conned my friends David Salaberry and Alan Payton into coming, and I hope you'll call on them. I just got out of the hospital. I've been sliced up, so I don't have my usual energy, and they agreed to come in and do the rest of my time. So, I'm Carol Heymeyer. I'm a member of this group, and I'm in chair of a subcommittee on vote integrity for the Contra Costa County Republican Party. I'm pleased to be invited to this panel. I'm a new member of this group. I was an attorney in SF for over 30 years and didn't even know about this association. My subcommittee in Contra Costa has been directed by our chair, Becky Colberg, to divert all of our energies from vote integrity to redistricting till today, when it's finished. The chair of our county's redistricting group is here tonight, Alan Payton. He was on KQED this AM. He's worked tirelessly, days and days and days, at those idiot Q2's headquarters doing the mapping that I don't think they were very good at doing. Tirelessly providing good maps to the commission and getting people to testify at public input hearings. As you know, these results are going to affect us for the next 10 years. I was thrilled to hear Larry start out. He's giving us good thoughts. He says we have a chance, but I think the process was disgusting and a disgrace. It was awful. Also in our audience is David Salaberry. We're fortunate to have him here as he alone has attended more of the commission business meetings and public input hearings than any other citizen in this state.
They should be given a Purple Heart.
Woo! That man has slept in his car when he had to attend. And he also started a website, fairthelines.org, which I think is the best one to follow the commission on. And he founded the Citizens Conservative Action Group, which is just a loose group of all of us that are supporting him. And it has been very powerful in influencing the commission. Today, as you know, our commission certified their maps. After failing to publish them in conformity with California law, one of the many, many, many major failings they committed and laws they broke, they were faced with an excellent public statement by the courageous commissioner, Michael Ward. They spent much of their public comment time trying to fend off and explain his accurate and telling comments. You can read a statement by Commissioner Ward on calwatchdog.com, and it may be posted on fairthelines.com. It is. By tomorrow. Commissioner Ward was one of the 5 registered Republicans on the commission, which gets to one of the problems. He was one of the only 2 real Republicans on the panel. His integrity and courage has been exceptional, and he deserves our support, and he still needs it. I brought letters and a typed out explanation of what happened to him. They muzzled him. I began a drive to get petitions demanding a minority report from him when I learned that the commission and its lawyers had muzzled him last week on about August 7th. A couple of days later, David joined in the battle by posting a petition on his fairthelines.org website. I'm told that petitions, letters, emails, faxes, and public comments on the commission website have flowed into Sacramento supporting Ward. But as I left for this panel tonight, none of them had been posted on the website, although the law requires them to make full disclosure of all public comments. I've received personally on my email an overflow of responses to my hundreds of emails, and I know that many comments have been sent out since August 7th. I sent today repeated emails to the commission staffers from me on this topic, and that has only resulted in Mr. Claypool, who's despicable, claiming that they're understaffed, and then recently one of his assistants saying, well, they are posted, but I've checked the website, they're not. I say all this to emphasize one fact. This commission has been more than problematic. My role in this whole thing has basically been to contact women throughout the state to urge their participation in the process. Why, you ask? Because there are organized Republican women's groups throughout the state. Lots of them. I mean, 5 in Contra Costa. And we're organized. We're reachable. If you know the presidents of the groups or members, you can reach the whole group. We are a fabulous network. I'm not aware of any male groups, sorry, here. At first, no conservatives were attending the public hearings. When I showed up on February 26th, I learned, that was a Saturday, I learned about the hearing on a Tuesday. I called my buddy Alan, we both signed up to go. No other Republican that we could find in Contra Costa even knew the hearings were existing. Alan had a family emergency. I showed up on Saturday. I was the only conservative in the room. The whole list, and they were all acronym left-wing gimme groups. The whole slew of them. And I'm sure they were all paid to be there, too. Because their groups have a lot of money, and a lot of it comes from the federal government. I had my speech typed. I had 50 copies. I got up and I said, you know, I'm not even going to get my speech. I'm stunned. Why do you have no conservatives here? Why is no one here care. Your legislators should have told you. My legislators were Democrats. At first, no conservatives were attending the public hearings. I got active and attendance did spark. This is due to the fact that, as I said, the Republican women's groups are organized. I've been speaking to these groups both local and at statewide gatherings since early this year, and from Monterey all the way up to Yuba City. And fortunately, this has gotten me a lot of cards and email addresses, and those have multiplied into hundreds. Woman Power has done a lot to get public participation in this process going, and it did get going. Manpower, in the shape of our mappers, Chris Bowman and Alan Payton, and the shape of webmaster and commission oversight expert David Salaberry, has brought us weapons to the battle and knowledge that we otherwise would not have had. I could talk for another hour, but I'm not going to, because I want these two guys to speak. I'll only end saying that this process was good in that public awareness of the importance of redistricting was created. But as you will know, if you look at the public comments, and then you look at the maps, they ignored public comments whenever they wanted to. They were gerrymandering, mainly for racial reasons. Next census in 2021, we will see that, one, the commission members are vetted better and over a much longer period of time. How the hell did Maria Blanco get on that commission? Unbelievable to me. I can't believe it.
Who she is and
Oh, Maria Blanco. Oh, my God. I see, I could talk for hours is the problem, but she headed up the Earl Warren Center at Cal Berkeley, which is totally left-wing. Bolt's my law school, it's left-wing. And she was on an open floor with Q2, which is the bidding company that won the bid to do the mapping. But of course they didn't qualify at all under the bid rules that were posted. But on the last day that bids could be submitted, Daniel Claypool, the head staffer that I despise, came in and changed the rules and said, oh, Q2 qualifies! Oh! So they hired Q2 immediately, and Maria Blanco is, of course, friends with him. Oh, she's been on Maldev's board. Let Chris talk about it. David knows her. She's unbelievable. She should never have been on that commission because she's not unbiased. And we had this guy, Aguirre, I'm sure you've all heard about him. Oh my God, he didn't disclose his political connections. There's no way to punish them. They can be removed from the commission, but nobody does. Anyway, we must vet them better. The Republican Party did a terrible job of vetting them. The commission should get going earlier so that the members of it have some idea of what they're doing earlier. This time there was a reason for that because the props got, officially enacted into law late in, I think it was 2010, July of 2010, and it took forever to get the whole process.
November 2010.
November 2010, thank you.
November 2010.
Staffers for the commission should be vetted much more carefully. Mr. Claypool should never have been the head staffer. He's got an entire garage full of Obama literature. I don't even get a car in there. And the persons vetting the commission and staffers are more carefully selected and use public input on these people more freely, because if the women's groups had known who some of these candidates were, the women, I know him, hey, let me tell you, don't put him on, or don't put her on. There may be a referendum or a lawsuit or both, we'll see, but it's certain, though, that the first inaugural Citizens Redistricting Commission was a disgrace and a dismal failure, and we women are going to fight the next time.